Moogsoft's an AI ops platform. We help companies figure out the issues that are happening in their environment and get them resolved quickly to make sure that they've got all their critical applications and infrastructure up and running. Data flows into our system across a variety of monitoring platforms. And by doing that, we're able to understand where the specific issue is. And we use AI to identify that and then to actually understand what the resolving steps are to make sure it gets taken care of quickly. One of the challenges we had was that we had a number of different intent providers. And so if you're a rep trying to figure out how to prioritize your time, it was complicated because there was multiple ratings or scores for every account. So they weren't being used. And so what we did with Savant is that we tied it all together, aggregated it, normalized it so that every single account would have some level of understanding of was there intent there or not. And by doing that, we were able to uncover about $800,000 in new pipeline in the first 6 months. One of our first use cases was that our support team needed access to Salesforce to see customer information. As we were growing, it got very, very expensive to give every single one of them access to Salesforce. What we did is we used Savant to push just the key piece of information into a Google Sheet that would sync regularly, and moving forward, our support team then did not need access to Salesforce, and that alone paid for our deployment of Savant. One of the kind of wow moments we had was when we turned on the bidirectional syncing with G Sheets and Savant into Salesforce. We were on a forecast call, a rep had to change the value of an opportunity. I just went in, made the change in the Google Sheet, and then confident and knew that it was just going to go update back into Salesforce and then have to worry about reminding the rep or that it was wrong if it was in the reports. Having that ability to have it go back and forth was huge. Savant is not just about analytical insights. It's really, to me, about its operational improvements that are tied to those insights. So that's why things like understanding intent data around accounts that we then leverage we actually change our behavior. We go attack those accounts differently. Savant gives you action-oriented analytics, which is something that you don't get from a lot of tools. A lot of BI tools are just looking back to the past. And the great thing about Savant is that it's helping us look forward and change the output of the work we're doing. We'd be in meetings and we'd be talking and I would bring up something and someone would say like, we can do that with Savant. And I was like, let's go. We don't need to buy another tool and you guys can do it yourselves. We don't need to wait for someone else or get other help. Rock and roll, get after it.